How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be unlocking my 16th future star. But before I get into how I'm going to be unlocking that card within a matter of 20 minutes or so, I wanted to show you all the stub sale that's going on. So not only is there a stub sale, but the actual game is on sale for 15% off as well. All versions of MLB The Show until May 5th. Now this will cause a significant rise in the market, and we will start to see this rise. It's already started to happen, but we'll start to see this rise a little bit later on over the next 2 days or so. And then after the stub sale is over on May 5th, we'll start to see these cards drop back down. And we might also see a flash sale that comes with it the following week. We might see that, we might not. So just kind of some things to prepare. If you are going to purchase stubs, I might recommend purchasing them and holding off to buy anything until after the stub sale is over. Anyway, I have completed Showdown once. I saved up these vouchers, or I at least had 6 total vouchers, and I was not really able to use them because I was still stuck on stage 1 for the Astros. I was at 63 points out of 70. I needed to complete an exchange. So once I completed that exchange, it boosted me up to 3 points within stage 2 team affinity. So I did get the full value for that exchange, even though I was at 63. It moved over 3 points to the next stage. Well, once I got to that stage, now I needed to use the AL vouchers that I had. I thought I could have already used them, but I needed to get to stage 2 first. So, with that being said, I thought I was already at 70 for the Astros. So when I clicked on that, it's nice now that we'll have the percentages, and I'll show that a little bit later. So I completed that moment, got up to 30 program stars within the stage 2 team affinity for the Astros by those 6 vouchers that moment with the 3 that carried over. Now I need to complete this showdown right here. If you notice, I skipped all the way to the end. I drafted up my team. I'm using the top secret perk, which is a perk that kind of helps you out. If you have guys on base and they throw inside pitches, you will get an increase in your contact, and that kind of will help me throughout this run. I mean, I need to score 16 runs before I get 20 outs, and this is probably the 6th video I've made doing this method, but I've probably completed Showdown using this method close to 40 times. It's got to be close to 40 times since these cards have come out. And this method has saved me a significant amount of time by not completing the missions beforehand. Now, I know I'm missing out on a lot of XP and stuff like that. The recent patch has kind of taken care of some of the boosting that's been going on, or I don't really know what to call it, but some of the XP glitch where you're able to play retro mode and just basically leave your PlayStation on overnight and accumulate walks for XP and runs for XP. I do want to talk about how I think they made the offline grinding in Showdown like this a little bit more difficult, and I'll show you an example of that. So previously you were able to kind of steal with any runner. If you held down L2, R2, and timed it perfectly to where the pitcher came set and you took off stealing, you'd be able to steal with anyone. Well, now, I mean, it makes it a little bit more difficult to steal in general because you don't have that glitch. I'm trying to steal with 81 speed and a 2 stealing attribute. It is important to have some speed on your bench, but I also think it's important to have that stealing attribute in this showdown because, as you saw, I got thrown out, kind of affected my run. I almost choked it away, actually. You know, I got 9 runs. I had like 10 outs remaining, got like 6 outs in a row, down to 4, hit a 3-run shot with Yohan Moncada, and that significantly helped me out and help me complete this showdown, followed up by a double with Reggie Jackson. Sometimes the computer is going to make amazing diving plays against you. You have to keep in mind that you are going up against other legends. So like the best players from the respective team are included in these stage 2 showdowns. So for example, we'll see legends like Minnie Minoso on the White Sox. We'll see Eric Davis on the Reds for Showdown, and he's playing center field. We'll see the 99 Springer on the Astros in center field. So they're going to be making great plays out there. And then, of course, they got players like Yordan Alvarez in left, probably going to be making diving plays against you. Just different things like that that have happened to me earlier in this video. I mean, I hit a ball to the warning track with Reggie Jackson, and the center fielder caught the ball running into the wall, falling down. It just, the defense on Showdown and offline modes is pretty tough to get past. You really have to hit a lot of home runs. You have to hit the ball into the gap, like I am about to do right here. We pinch ran in order to get the speed on first, so that way if we do hit a ball into the gap, we are able to score. I mean, 54 speed is not that much, but it was the fastest runner that I had on that bench. But if you notice, the outfielder kind of took a weird route towards that ball. It's almost like as soon as I hit it, the game registered as a code that would be a double. Like sometimes they'll take a weird route, they will run slower or get a bad jump depending on the fielder out there. But as you can see, I was able to get the AL Stage 2 Team Affinity vouchers. I've been able to earn a ton of these vouchers for both the AL and the NL. I'm going to go ahead and unlock Jose Urquindi. I'm not really sure how to say his name, but he will be the 16th Future Star card that I have unlocked. So, of course, I helped myself out by completing that moment. I would not have enough vouchers. I would have to have at least one more voucher if I didn't have those 3 program stars carry over for this Team Affinity or for the Stage 2 anyway. And then, of course, I would have also not been able to get to 50 for Stage 2 without completing that moment. I would have had to complete Showdown another time. So, as you can see here, you just go into this exchange, you exchange these vouchers. I don't really know what I was doing right there, it just froze up. But anyway, I just need to complete this last one, and we'll have this pitcher. I think that this pitcher is pretty good. He has kind of an interesting mix. He has a changeup as a primary and gets the ball up to about 95 miles an hour. But I want you all to take a look at this screenshot right here. This is the brand new screenshot for the Team Affinity program. It lets you know what percentage you're at for each and every Team Affinity up until this point. So once Stage 3 is released, all of the 100% percentages will probably drop down to about 65 or 70 in that range, and then I'll have to complete the next stage of Showdown or exchange vouchers or whatever that program or whatever Stage 3 consists of. I'll have to complete that, but you'll have to be at 100% in order to unlock Stage 3. Anyway, there will be a new headliner released into the game today. I have the screenshot right here because it's not actually in the game quite yet. The developers released a tweet revealing 96 overall Cy Young. So that will take the place for set 15 headliners and the place of this Ozzie Smith. That's a pretty good card. He always has a really good mix. He'll have, a variety of curveballs, a changeup, and a fastball. He'll probably be able to hit, 95, 96 miles an hour. That Cy Young was the first inning program boss earlier last year. This is something I also found in the programs. We see an extra tab here. Before we had player programs and prestige programs mixed into one, and now we kind of have them split up. So the prestige program, we have all the players listed here. I'm sure we'll have a bunch more added, and this list will keep increasing and get much larger. So that's probably why they created a separate tab for it now. With the player program, we also will see more players released that you can grind out for free. We might start to see increases in those overalls. We've seen mainly, 85, 86, 87 overall diamonds. And actually, yeah, they've, for the most part, the highest one we have is Jackie Robinson at 88. So we also have the evolution players in this player program tab, but this kind of makes it a little bit more organized. It makes it a little bit easier to transition through some of these menus. But I wanted to talk a little bit about everything that I noticed with the patch. If you want to take a look at the patch notes, they are available on social media, on Twitter. I did tweet them out. I retweeted those. We'll also see Chipper Jones as the third inning program released in a couple hours or so, depending on when I'm uploading this video. 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And of course, once again, we have this stub sale. So if you are looking to buy some stubs, now might be a good time to do so. But maybe hold off on the market if you are going to purchase specific cards. I would wait till after the stub sale. Anyway, just trying to give you all my pieces of advice, my tips and tricks on how to complete all this stuff. Unlock my 16th Future Star Diamond, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Peace out.